Hey, ladies, welcome to Woman 360. I am your host, Patricia Anderson, with an exciting episode today. But before we get into it, let's introduce our guests. Ladies, can you say your names, please? Starting with Zipporah.
Okay. Hey, you guys. I'm
Hey.
so happy to be here. And my name is Zipporah, and we're going to get into some things today. So make sure you stay tuned.
Yes. Next is Linda.
Hi, I'm Linda Johnson, and I'm so excited. This is a very good topic today.
Yeah, I think so. Next,
Yes,
Pam.
hi, I am Pamela Stewart, and I am
Yay.
excited to be here. This is a very good topic, and I'm excited to share.
Let's dive right in. Today, we're going to talk about bad boys. Yeah.
Okay.
And why we love them, you know? Or do we? I mean, so let me pose the question. What is a bad boy?
A bad
What's the
boy does not mean you any good. Like he is he is somebody that definitely has you going down a road that you have no business going down and you know better.
Mm,
Yeah.
okay.
And they get into trouble too.
All right. Anybody else want to chime in on that
Yeah,
one?
they seem to be confident, but I think it's more of an arrogance. Um,
Okay.
they're self-assured about themselves, but to the point where they can be rude and
Mm-hmm.
just sometimes mean.
Mm.
Mhm.
All right.
Okay.
Pam, do you have any input on that one? On the bad boys?
I think bad boys can be challenging.
Mm-hmm.
They are rebellious. They
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
go norm. I think bad boys can really try your nerves.
Mhm.
Yes, they do.
But I think some people find it exciting.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Women do.
So let me ask you this then. Why do women now I think probably all of us at some point in time have been attracted to the quote bad boy.
Yes.
Whether it was high school, college, 40, 30, whatever. At some point all of us thought, wow, it would be nice to conquer that one, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. So let me just ask you why? Why do we be drawn to that? Why do we want to get all up and try to conquer the bad boy? Why do we want to do that?
I think sometimes, especially if you're a church girl,
Yes.
and they are attracted to you
Uh-huh.
because you're so most of the time so sheltered, and
Mm,
it's an excitement
mm,
for someone to be attracted to you and want to go out with you. So sometimes it's that, and sometimes it's just sometimes we're insecure and
Mm.
we feel that there's a protection, a security with the bad boy. Nobody's gonna bother you while you're
Mhm.
with them.
Yes.
Mhm.
Mhm.
All right.
Yes.
Anybody else want to chime in on that one? Seems like you know a little bit about that, Miss
Yeah.
Oh,
Linda.
I'm keep it to myself.
Yes. Sephora, what you got to say on that one?
I don't know. It's something about the bad boys. They just got the swag and
Right.
the whole
Mm.
lingo and
Yes, yes.
they study you. And I know this may seem crazy, but it's as if the it's like, okay, so it's like they're working for the devil. They don't even know that they are because they have such good insight on you. And
Oh,
you're like,
yes.
who is
Mhm.
telling him that this makes me
Hmm.
feel this certain type
Yes.
of way? Like
mm.
they have like this connection to you spiritually. I don't even know. But it just makes me ooh, it makes
So Sephora, hold on.
yeah.
Is it a connection or is it because he's a bad boy he learned how to study women?
Mm.
and
Yes,
that's part of what he
that
does
is.
to pull
Yeah.
you in.
Yes, exactly.
Is that
They know exactly what to say to women. They
mhm.
study them. They've experienced a lot,
Mhm.
and not to mention, they're kind of good in the room too.
Mhm.
Uh-huh. So is there something about the swag and being on the arm of a
Ooh,
bad boy?
Oh,
yes,
yes. Oh,
yes.
yeah.
Because you
Talk to
know
me
that
about it.
everybody wants that person. You feel like everybody
Mm.
wants that person. So you're
Mhm.
like, and I got him. And he,
Ah.
and he's
Mhm.
claiming me. He's claiming
Right.
me.
Mm.
That means a lot. When he says like this back in the day, the word used to be like wifey. Like when
Mhm.
you were
Uh-huh.
the
Yeah.
main girl, you'd be like wifey, or that's my shorty. So
Mm.
that means
Uh-huh.
something like,
Yeah.
oh, he called me his shorty, called me his wifey. Oh, yes.
All right. Anybody want to chime in on that wifey thing? Because now you said something. You said you are his main thing. Are you
I
not his only thing?
Yes.
Or
Yeah.
talk to
I
me about, I mean, the main thing versus the only thing. So
Right.
right.
what are we talking about here?
Yeah. I don't want to be that main thing.
It's right.
And the only
Are
thing. And
you?
don't call me wifey, because
Oh,
you shouldn't have those privileges. It's
Mm.
not, that's a name, but it's not what you really are, you know? Because most of the
Uh-huh.
time with a bad boy, they got somebody or somebodies on the side. You
Exactly.
know,
yes.
you're
That's
not
a
the
fact.
only one.
That
Yeah.
when a bad boy actually claims you, uh,
Yes.
a woman, it gives her some type of credibility.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes.
Gives her
Yes.
some
Amongst
credibility.
who?
Yes.
Amongst who?
Everybody.
Amongst the others
Yeah. The peers.
that want
Yeah.
in, her peers or what,
Mhm.
it's
Yeah.
somewhat a leveling up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes,
Oh, wow.
especially if you were somebody like me. I was very plain in high school, not popular.
Mm.
So
Mhm.
if a bad boy claims you or whatever, then you feel like you got status now.
Yeah, you got some credibility.
Yeah.
So you got
Yeah,
some cred now.
Yeah, some
Yeah.
credibility.
street cred.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So we become attracted to what it can do for us. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. And
Pretty
we
much.
also,
Our self-esteem,
Yes,
perhaps?
yes,
yeah. It's so crazy
yes.
because we always go, not always, but when you're dating a bad boy, you
Mhm.
look at them for potentially what they could be
Right.
Mhm.
instead of accepting them for what they are. So we go into it thinking, he does do nice things. So maybe he will get a job, a real job. Even though he's not thinking about getting a job, he's
Okay.
selling his drugs or whatever, but we think
Mhm.
of these potential of things and we fall in love with the potential and not really what it is.
That's
Yeah,
true.
S
that's true. You think
Okay.
you can change a bad boy?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
No, you
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
can't.
Okay.
Only
Yeah.
God can do that.
I can
Okay.
remember when I was, very young and in high school.
Mhm.
Maybe not even quite in high school, but a bad boy liked me.
Mhm.
But bad boys will like good girls.
Yes.
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 They will go for the good girls and not
Mhm.
necessarily the girls that are already out there
Yeah.
doing everything.
Mhm.
Yes.
Right.
Then he's actually told me, you can't teach an old dog new tricks.
New tricks. That's right.
Ooh.
That's right.
He didn't want nothing to do with me because he was that more advanced.
Right.
Yeah.
Follow me? You cannot. And
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
that's the thing where some women get involved thinking that they can change a
That's
person.
right.
Well, this
That's
guy was
right.
so far gone and so advanced. He's like, you can't teach me. I can't teach an old dog new tricks. And guess what? That was I wasn't even gonna try
Right.
for it.
So let me
I was
understand this. So we go for the bad boys and we're good girls. We
Mhm.
go for the bad boys to try to change them,
Yeah.
and they go for the good
Yes.
girls because they like the fact that we're good girls,
Yes.
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 right?
Yeah.
Yes. I don't want to make it like it's all church, but that's what happens
Mhm.
in church. The good
Mhm.
girls are in, they've been raised in the church and everything.
Mhm.
And these bad boys, professing that they've changed or whatever. So even in the church, that some of the people trying to match make. So these good girls get with these so-called former bad boys and
Mhm.
find out that they have not really totally changed and surrendered,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
that bad boy is still there.
It's still there.
Okay, so
Ooh.
so Linda, you just touched on something. So are you saying these ones are supposed to be saved?
Yes.
Ah.
And
Oh.
I'm not telling you what I heard. I'm telling you what I know.
But I know.
Uh-oh.
Ooh. All right.
But you know who has the worst reputation in the church for being the bad boys?
Who?
It's either the keyboardist, the organist, the drum player,
Oh,
the guitar player.
Musicians.
The musicians, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes you wonder they just come there for that, I think.
yes,
Like,
yes,
What?
yes,
Mhm, mhm.
Yes.
oh my God.
yeah.
So
Some of
so
them come to
so
church looking for a
Yes,
girl.
that's
they
so
do.
true. Mhm, mhm.
So let me say this. With us knowing these things, why would we still rather go for the bad guy over the good guy?
Because we haven't learned our lesson.
Yeah.
we just glutton for punishments.
Yeah. And
You know?
a lot of times we we sometimes don't realize time is going by. So we
Yeah.
think we have forever to
Mm.
Mm.
just play around with these men. And then before you know it, you're like, oh my goodness, I missed out on Johnny down the
Yes,
street.
yes.
Johnny's married and Johnny ain't think about me
Yeah.
no more.
No
Not no
more.
more,
Johnny,
But Johnny was feeling you all your life. The
all
Yes,
whole
my
time
life,
you was
yes,
growing up,
all my life,
Johnny was
yes,
coming for you.
coming for me.
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
But we don't
Yeah.
realize how much it damages us
Yeah,
as a
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
woman,
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
and how it tears us down.
Mhm.
And by the time we're torn down, they're moved on to the next woman, and then you depressed and
Yes.
going through having anxiety and feel like that you're not even worthy to even have
Mm.
anybody else.
Mm.
Mhm. Well, you know what? Let me bring some things up. Do you remember just recently in the news about this guy who killed the CEO of the health industry,
Yes,
Mhm.
right?
yes.
What do you make of that? I mean, these women have glorified him,
Mm.
right? As bad boy. They think he's handsome. They think they've just gone the rave over this guy as if he was the baddest bad boy out there right now.
Mm.
So, and because he's sexy, and all of that. So what do you make of that? I mean, we're taking bad boys in that context to like a whole nother level. I mean, he's out here killing people, innocent people, and people are raising monies for his defense
Yeah.
because they think he's sexy.
Mm-mm.
I don't know.
Misguided.
Yeah.
Misguided.
I don't know
Yeah.
about that case. I don't know about that case, but I do know it does, as as you start dating a bad boy, it
Mm-hmm.
does feel good when he's willing to fight over you or chase you down or,
Mm-hmm.
do obsessive things over you because once again, you feel like, yeah, I got control over him. I got him. I have him in his emotions because you don't really see them be so open with their emotions that when they start doing crazy things
Hmm.
like
Mm-hmm.
stalking you, blowing up your phone, you feel like, yeah, my man, he crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
But I guess she's saying these women don't even know this man,
Oh, I don't
but
know that.
because he's sexy and he killed the CEO, which they didn't like, you
Mm.
know. Now you got to go for him. You giving money to this man for his defense, and he is
Mhm.
clearly guilty. You've taken a life.
And he doesn't even know you exist, but because he's
Exactly.
sexy, folks are coming to his
That
defense.
is
It's
so
like, well,
misguided.
and just like the other guy, remember the brother who got the modeling job off of his mugshot,
I
Yes,
do.
yes,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
right?
He was
Yes.
he was in jail when he got that job.
Yes.
Thank you.
you know?
Because
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
people came for him because they too thought, "Oh my god, he's
Yeah.
sexy." And it's interesting because there are a lot of women who actually find their husbands in the
In
prisons.
Yeah.
prison, yes.
Yes.
I know a few women
Yeah.
that married while
Mm,
the man was in prison.
mhm.
Yes.
It's
So,
easy to fall in love with a prisoner.
you said it is easy?
It is. I'm telling y'all through. I am. I'm just this is my past life.
What you know about that, Zipporah?
I'm gonna tell you
What happened?
because okay, first off, you get all the attention in the world. So meaning they're always on your line. Second off, a lot of people in jail can send you money and help you.
Mm,
Second off, their conversations are super deep. So you get to really know a person. Like when you're dating out here in this world,
Uh-huh.
it's not too many men that will sit on the phone with you all day, check up on you. No, these are the things that you get. I'm not condoning it, but this is when you have insecurity issues,
mhm.
Uh-huh.
when you're not used to getting attention and stuff like that,
Right.
you will find
Okay.
yourself
Yes.
falling in love with a person in jail easily because they're giving you all the attention you need.
Mm.
When you come to visit them, they're going to treat you like the world. The only thing you got to do is just make sure you got your coins. So then you buy them their snack and pizza. They're gonna love up on you. They gonna take pictures with you. They're gonna make you feel like the world. I'm
Yeah,
telling you.
but what kind of attention is that? I mean, they
Right.
can't really like court you. I mean, Bertha's monkey can do that. I mean, I mean, you can't do anything for me. You're behind bars.
But the thing about it is the men out here, if you are insecure about yourself, I'm gonna say that again, and I don't not
Uh-huh.
everybody that dates somebody in jail, but some women that literally go and seek men in jail, they must have an insecurity.
Mm, yeah.
On
Now,
purpose.
yes,
Yeah.
on purpose. But the thing about it is, you don't have to fight for his love. Out here, you got competition with women to get men attention. When you date a jail man and you keep money on his commissary and phone and whatever it is, you don't have to fight over that man.
But how do you know
Well, who's
somebody
the
else ain't doing it
that's what
too
I was
for
gonna
him?
say.
You
Because I
could.
do know that
Yes,
happens.
you get some. You do get some that are cheaters like that. But if
I
you are a regular visitor and things like that, you're not really gonna have to fight over a jail man. You're not really gonna have to fight over him. And if you do, you won't even know because he's giving you so much attention.
He
He
ain't got nothing else to do.
exactly. So he's gonna be blowing up your phone all day. He's gonna always be open to when you want to come and visit him. You don't have to worry about that.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
then let me ask you this. Okay, so if you've got these men and even the ones that are supposed to be saved, are they considered unequally yoked?
Yes.
I'll say they're supposed to be saved now, mind you. I threw
But
that
you
piece in.
I mean, even with a state person, you can be
Oh.
equally yoked.
Hmm.
Because
Mm-hmm.
when you do get married, you should. I was talking to somebody the other day, and I was telling them, that's where godly counseling comes in.
Mm-hmm.
What are you looking for in a relationship or in marriage? And a lot of these questions are not asked. We are infatuated. He's fine. He dressed nice. He then gave me a few flowers and whatever. And now you madly in love with him, but you really don't know who he is. You
Mm.
know. So
Mm-hmm.
finding that out.
Mm-hmm.
But you run into a lot of trouble thinking because they are
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
in church because that's mostly what it is. You don't even know if they've really surrendered to the Lord or if they're really giving their life to Him, but they're in church, they have a position, or,
Mm-hmm.
they dress nice and somebody has told you, oh, he's a nice person, he's a nice guy, but you find out that that is not the case.
I mean, do some women even care? To be honest with you.
About
What's
what?
the
Because as long as he's those things, Linda, do they really even care if he's really a saved man or a nice man? Because what I'm finding too is a lot of women, they just want a man.
a man?
That's true.
Is he
Yeah,
breathing?
yeah,
Yeah.
And he shows up at church,
right.
even if he does cuss me out as soon as we step down off the church
Yes,
steps.
Mhm.
yes. But what I've learned is that even with that, I
Mm-hmm.
think that the women are told, not in every church, but are told, just pray for that man and, just be there for him, be nice. And, you know, the woman is told that, but the man is not accountable for anything. He's still acting crazy. And you're supposed to just be that wife that is supposed to be there to take care of him. That counseling needs to be for both. And with the man supposed to be the covering and the head, as you submit to
Mm-hmm.
God, I'm submitting to you, you know, it's just like the woman is there dealing with all the anxiety, depressed, tore down, and you're just supposed to pray and keep coming to church.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
So I mean, so is this type of fellowship between these two people? I mean, is this righteous fellowship or is
no,
this unrighteous? I mean,
No.
they're in the
it,
church,
it's
right?
unhealthy. It's toxic,
So
really.
yeah.
I do think, though, you can be in a relationship with a Christian person and still be unequally yoked,
Yes.
because
Mm-hmm.
I have
Mm-hmm.
experienced that. You have to know how deep someone wants to get spiritually, because sometimes you could want to be more involved in the ministry and
Mm-hmm.
your spouse is not there, and
Right.
he needs to be on the same page as you, because
Mhm.
it's going to take a lot of your time with God, studying, and he needs to understand that. But if he's not on the same page as you, if he's like, I'm just good going to church on Sunday,
Right.
that's it,
Mhm.
and you're
Mm-hmm.
trying to
Right.
get deeper, that
Yes.
is going to, that could cause a rift and some issues.
Mm-hmm.
You not feeling
Definitely.
supportive and things
Mm-hmm.
like that. But
Yes.
yeah, it could
Yeah.
cause,
Yes.
It's a distraction from
yes.
Okay.
spirituality, a distraction from what she wants to do positively.
So
If she
true.
Mm.
yoked with a person that is not on the same page,
Yes.
you see women in church that are depressed, you
Mm-hmm.
know,
Mm-hmm.
can't move forward because they are unequally yoked with a supposedly saved man or a man that's going to church, putting on this front, and it's
Mm.
very upsetting to a woman that is saved.
Yes.
Wow.
Mhm.
Okay. So what other hope or options do these women have? I mean, they opted for the bad boy. And even if he's in the church, if he's not all the way in, then what options are there for them?
You just wait on God. I know it sounds like, oh God, everyone says just wait on God, but there
Uh-huh.
will be somebody for you. You do not,
Mhm.
because even if you say, you know what, I'm going to deal with this person because they're halfway in and halfway out and they're not all the way bad, they're a nice person. There is going to
Mhm.
be a point in your life that
Mhm.
you are going to feel like you settled,
Amen.
Okay.
and it's going to bother you.
Yes.
With that, that causes wandering eye, cheating, depression, the wondering of what if, should have, could have, all of that. So to me, I could have been married. I could have been with a man, but see, I know how I am. And I know that if I just settle with what I have in front of me,
Mhm.
Mhm.
I will regret it, and I will not, because your partner can
Mhm.
change the trajectory of your life.
Oh,
Yes.
That is
absolutely.
like one of the
Definitely.
biggest decisions that you make. I feel like
Mhm.
who you marry and who you worship,
Yes.
Christ, like
Mhm.
who
Yes.
you decide to serve religiously.
Hmm.
And that can change your life. So, who you marry, you have to know that this has an impact on your purpose, on your journey of where
Yes.
God is taking you.
Mhm.
So true.
Hmm.
I think too that I think that sometimes you have to come to a point where a decision has to be made.
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
think that women that are in church, they are afraid to make a decision as far as separating or divorcing because
Yes.
then they're worried about what's the church going to say.
Mhm.
Yes.
Mhm.
That
So,
is
Mhm.
so
so
The
true.
church is
Mhm.
going to say, well, Lord will not give you more than you can bear, and hang in there and stick with. But
Yes.
God, to me, God didn't mean for us to be unhappy,
And
no.
Right.
crying
miserable.
all the time,
No.
depressed, can't move,
Yeah.
barely want to even want to die. I
Yeah.
don't
Ooh.
think God meant for it to be that way.
No.
Women are in church, they worry about what is the church going to say
Yeah.
if
Yes.
I
Yes.
separate or divorce this man.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Now
Or they
that's the
just
Yes.
stay in
truth.
a situation where, it's just repeats over
Miserable.
and over again. They're depressed, they cry, and they can't move. You
Yes.
can't move
Mm.
forward like that.
Mm,
That
mm.
that is the
So let
truth.
me ask you this then.
Mhm.
What can we do or how can we help these women who find themselves stuck because they're
Mm.
afraid to move because of what the church is going to say?
From what?
Mm.
From being stuck to that person because of the fact that they just scared to make a move, but not because they need to or want to, but because of what the stigma that's going to be attached to it. Is it really a stigma today?
Not as much as
At
in
this
the
See?
point.
past.
Not as much
Yeah.
as it used to be.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
years ago, and in our parents and grandparents era,
Yeah.
divorce
Mhm.
was
Yes.
always, I don't care if you were in church or not, it was a
Oh
stigma.
yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Yes.
But I think we're a little more forward thinking now.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
think it's
I,
as much.
I
But
think a
there is,
lot more
the
because
thought.
people.
And some women will have to, some will have to go through what the church is going to say. What's the
Yeah.
pastor going to say? If the pastor's saying, hang in there, God's going to, bring you through, this is what we preach,
Yeah.
going to bring you through this.
Mhm.
Um,
It's
but
be- it's so on a ministry point of view, I do feel
Mhm.
like when someone is married in counseling,
Mhm.
you have to handle it a lot different than a relationship
Right.
because you it, it's hard for you to just say to somebody that has made an agreement with God that leave.
mm,
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
you're how I would I'm not married, but how I would deal with somebody that's in a relationship, like, girl, if he ain't treating you good, then you need to go. Bye.
Uh-huh.
But when
Uh-huh.
someone is married, it's different on how you handle it. And
Yes.
so you have to a lot of times say, go to God, because this
Mhm.
Yes.
decision has
Mhm.
to be solely between you and God.
But
Yes.
now
So,
remember,
Because
we're still on the bad boys topic.
oh yeah,
yeah.
So
sorry.
remember,
Hmm.
she made a choice
She did.
because they probably were saying, why is she marrying this joke in the first
Mm-hmm.
place?
Anyways,
Knowing, who he was. And then now you get down the line and you got to really deal with who he is.
yes.
And now
Right.
you got to make a decision as to
Right.
whether or not, since I couldn't, help him along, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
now we have to make a decision as to whether or not I stay or do I go. And so now, I mean, do you now worry about what the church has to say? Because you didn't worry about it when he was a bad boy and you brought him up in there, right?
Mm,
Or
It's-
met him up in
yeah.
there
Well, that
and decided to make him your choice, right?
Yeah. Well, that also, like, from the flip side of things, I feel
Mm-hmm.
like people are now at a point, since the church and people are so acceptant of divorce, they don't
Mm-hmm.
take
Mhm.
marriage as serious. So they take
Mm.
it
Right.
as, if it don't work out, it don't work out. But I'm just
Okay.
gonna
Right.
give
They
it a
don't work
try.
at it.
mm,
You know
Mm-hmm.
what
Okay.
I'm just gonna give it a try, when obviously sometimes you see these signs that are like, girl, now
Yeah.
you know that man ain't holding no job. You know
Red
he ain't no
flags.
good. He just was proposing to Shaniqua last month.
Did somebody tell you? Did somebody tell you about
You know
him?
that. You know that. But you go into it like, well, if it doesn't work, it just don't work. And we can go our separate ways, and we don't take marriage as serious.
mm,
Hmm.
mm.
Okay. So The other question is, let's flip it around a little bit. Can these relationships work for some women with the bad boys?
Yes.
How?
It depends on who the woman is and who she is.
Okay.
Because some
Talk to
women
me.
are just as, clever and sneaky and with all of that.
That's true.
It's some women really are with all of that.
Mm.
And then some, just like I said, a good woman, a
Mhm.
good girl, she
Mhm.
could conform to his ways. Now she could lose
Mm.
herself,
Mm.
Hmm.
and that's what happens a lot of
That
times.
has happened. Yeah.
We lose ourselves and it becomes our norm. Like, okay,
Well,
go
Just
ahead.
go ahead. Okay, so let me ask you this because this is her husband, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she's submitting to her husband, right?
Yes.
mm.
So is she in error? He's a I mean, right?
If she's
That's it.
submitting in any way that's against the word of God, it's yeah, she's wrong.
Okay, but where does it say that if when she submits to her husband, which is what we're supposed to do,
Mm-hmm.
where is the guidelines that say what the submission guidelines are?
as he submits to God, she's to submit to him.
Okay.
I'm not saying for her to just out and out, just go wild, but
Uh-huh.
you know, eh, we're all in God's sight. There's no male or female. We are all are children of the Most High God, and I just don't believe that the Lord wants us to just stay there and be treated any kind of way. But also, you know, try to work at it first. You don't just give up at the first sight just because something bad happened, and you're not. Most of the time, you're not getting the right counsel. Number
Well, let me
one.
say let me throw something else in there. It doesn't mean he's treating her bad. I mean, he could be a bad boy and do bad things, but he could be good to her. He could still be treating her good
Uh huh.
and the children if there is any, money providing, doing all those things.
Right.
But if she's conforming, she's submitting to her husband, right?
Hmm.
Is she not? Okay, so
You
help
mean
me.
conforming to when you say conforming? What are you talking about?
In other words, she's flowing with she's going along with his flow, right?
Okay.
Okay.
Because she's accepting this is who I married. The word says I'm supposed to submit to my husband, so that's what I'm doing. He's not bringing any harm to me. He's taking
Okay.
care of us.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So, is she in error?
So well, as far as submitting,
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
we're not to submit to sin.
Okay.
So he wants you to submit to something that is
Mhm.
actually against God. Say he wants you
Okay.
to rob a bank.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Okay.
that's what I said. Yes.
You
That's
can't
right.
submit to stealing.
Yes.
Mhm.
There is a limit to submitting.
Yes.
Yeah.
That
Hmm.
is why it's important
Right.
that
Hmm.
you
Yes,
have your own relationship with God as
with
well.
That's
God.
it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
So then they both are sinners and she gets saved after the marriage.
That's a problem.
Then what?
Ooh,
That's a
I've
problem.
seen that.
That's the problem. That,
She finds the Lord and he's still out there doing his thing, but they were
Mm,
rolling. They were
mm,
rolling really, really, really good.
that's
But she got convicted, in her heart and said, I don't want to do this anymore. But we
mhm,
20 years down the line
mm-mm.
and we solid. Now
Yeah.
what?
That's going to be a
But
problem.
yeah, it will. But there's some husbands, even though she gets saved and everything, I know husbands that they do not try to change them. They
Mm-hmm.
may go out and do what they have to do, but they
Mm-hmm.
respect their wives as being saved in the church. So it
mhm,
Okay.
depends on every relationship is different.
mhm.
Now,
Mm-hmm.
if he's trying to pull her back into the world, that's something different.
Right,
I
right.
was in a relationship,
Mm-hmm.
and I was in a long-term relationship with this guy. And before, I grew up in church, whatever, but was I really and the church, I don't know. So in our relationship, when we first got together, we were, doing our thing.
Mhm.
And as
Mhm.
years went on, I really got involved in church. Like I really, really started seeking God, really
Mhm.
following him, reading my word and everything. And no, he wasn't trying to change my religion, but it was a part of me
Yeah.
that made me feel like, oh, I wish he was here with me. Or I'm speaking today. I wish he
Right.
would come in because it's nothing like having your husband or your man, praying for you.
Right.
Come on, honey, let's pray before you go up there. You know what I'm saying? Did
Mhm.
you read? That part of you. And that's where it goes into losing some of yourself, the desires that God
Mm.
has put in you, and you saying, okay, I just have to deal with me never being able to serve God with my husband.
Mm,
Hmm.
Could you imagine that?
Okay.
You're forever?
mm.
Let me just say this. Let's say that you did you love him?
Yes.
Okay, he loved you?
Yes.
Okay, so let's say that you based on and he treated you good?
Oh, me and my son.
Okay. So are you saying the only reason that you're not together today is because of the path that you chose?
The path that I chose. And when God will remove things.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And
Mm.
just happened. It was like I
Mm.
kept praying and I kept asking God, if he is for me, then you would change him. If not, then I ask you to take this feeling that I have for him and
Mm.
give me the strength to walk away.
Hmm.
To walk away. And it was very, very, very hard because
Mhm.
what eventually happened, like the final, was
Mhm.
as I got closer to God, he became jealous.
Mm.
Mm.
Okay.
He
Okay.
became jealous. So now it became you listening to the pastor and you ain't listening to me.
Mm,
And this is my
Okay.
Mhm.
household. Your
mm.
pastor said fast, y'all doing the fast, but that's not what we doing in my household.
Mm.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
I
Mhm.
do.
Yes.
I
And it
do.
became a problem. Like you listening to the pastor, that man ain't running my house. And
You know what? It's interesting you say that because I had somebody in my family that had gone through the same thing. His wife was very dedicated to the church. He
hmm
didn't even step foot in there.
hmm
And she did a lot for the church because that's who she was.
Mm.
And, his tail ended up in jail one night because she was cooking for the church. And he was like, "Listen, are you doing all this cooking? I'm tired. I want you to cook me something." She's like, "I'm tired. I've been cooking for the church all day."
Ooh,
Right? And I guess he must have kind of came for her. So she had to, call somebody. But I say that to say he was a provider. And to my knowledge, he was always good to her. But
hmm
something snapped that night
Yes.
Mhm.
when he felt like her attention
Yes.
was too much
Yes.
on the church
Yeah.
versus on
Yeah.
s- providing something for him at that moment.
Yeah.
I
When
think
he
I
had
would
just
have
come
cooked that man a meal.
Heal,
Yeah,
I don't care how tired I was.
when he had
And
just come in from working
Yeah,
and here
I
you
would have had
are
to keep
cooking
it.
yeah, and she's right.
Oh yeah.
So let me ask you, I'm gonna go back to you, Zipporah, because here you had was he saved?
no,
No. Okay.
no,
Okay.
he wasn't saved at all.
So if had you stayed, you would have been in competition
Yes. Yes.
between him and your church.
In my church. And he told me the only reason why I can go to church now is because it's my daddy's church.
Oh.
But when we
Mm.
moved to North Carolina, he ain't gonna allow no man to tell me what to do in his house.
Okay, so if you'd have moved to North Carolina,
Mhm.
you would not been able to come under a ministry
Oh no,
or
he had a room. We had a room. And he told me, because we had a home in North Carolina, because I was
oh,
moving
okay.
and I was moving. He had already been there for a year. And I was going to meet him down there after I got Corey situated. And he told me, this is your prayer room.
Okay.
This is where you can have your own service at alone.
Oh,
Mm.
wow. So he was going to isolate you.
He was
Oh,
isolating. He was
wow.
isolating me. He
He was
was
going to
isolating.
isolate you from congregating
Oh,
with
yeah.
other fellow saints.
Yes. He even told me that if he was to see Jesus, he would spit in his face.
Oh, oh.
Oh yeah, you had to. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All
Yes.
right.
But see, it initially, what I'm saying is, a lot of times we go into a relationship with someone that's not on the same page as us, and we
Yeah.
Mhm.
think you can coexist like this. Oh,
Mhm.
you can you can go to church and you don't have to be a believer. And yes, it works. It works at first.
Until it
Right.
didn't.
But if you get deeper,
Mm.
Yes.
something is going to click in you. So either you're not going to be satisfied, there's going to be somebody is not going to be happy.
Wow. Okay.
Mm.
So, had you stayed with that situation, obviously you were going to be isolated from being able to worship
Yeah,
freely,
freely.
really,
Yes.
no matter how good he took care of you,
No. No matter
no
how.
matter what he did for you, because at this point, the more he do for you, the more control he has,
Yes.
Mhm.
And he was moving me away from it.
and the more.
Mhm.
All
Yeah.
right, so then we're going to get ready to wrap up this bad boy thing. So let me just say this: is it worth it?
When you're younger, you think you have time, so you say it's worth it. But I'm here to tell, even if
No.
you are a young woman out here listening to us right now, okay? If Johnny, that is in his books, okay, is trying to kick it with you, you tell Jaquan, Deja, you tell them, okay? You ain't got time and you going over here with Johnny to the library, okay? That's what you
Yeah.
do, because it ain't worth it, baby.
Yeah.
All right, all right.
I don't care
Anybody?
what age you are.
I
Period.
was going to
It
say
won't.
because it ain't just the
It
young
doesn't.
It
girls,
It
ain't.
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
and it's
Go with
not
the
just the
flow.
secular girls either.
Yeah. But you have to know your worth. You
Yeah,
Yeah.
have to know who you are and that
Exactly.
yeah.
you won't settle for that. You
Right.
know what
Amen.
you need, in your life.
Mhm.
And that's just wisdom, asking for discernment. Because
Mhm.
we know we see the red flags.
Yes.
We see them all, I mean, right in our faces,
Yes.
Yeah, we do.
but we just turn our heads. And especially if you're in a relationship and you didn't, had sex, it's over.
Oh,
It's over because them soul ties and that,
Hmm.
it's over. You're blinded. You can't even see anymore.
Yeah, we
So
talked
you
about
have to
that
be
in one of
very
the other
careful.
episodes. Yeah, you do, because once you become one,
Yeah. Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. So be careful. Be careful out there. Know your worth. Have boundaries.
Yes.
Have boundaries.
Yes. Know what you deserve.
Yes.
Mhm.
so for before we wrap it up, I just want to go there one more time with the bad boys in the church.
Hmm.
When we okay, so if he's a bad boy and he's in the church,
Mhm.
again, the women in the church feel the same way as the women outside the church. They want him
Yeah.
because he's coming with swag.
Yes.
He's coming with
That's it.
all the stuff the bad boys outside of the church have, but yet, well, he's a believer,
Yes. Oh, yes.
right?
Yes.
So the question is, do we even want to go there, even with the bad boy in the church?
No. I think that's
Don't.
even I think they're even worse. And I'm gonna tell you
Don't
why.
go there.
They are worse.
Yeah. Because
Because
at least the best boy on the outside, they're just them. But
yeah.
those that are in the church, they're trying to hide. They're trying to make like there's
Ah,
something that they're
Yes.
not.
And they
And then
uh-huh.
you find
God
out
in it.
after you get in a
Yeah,
relationship.
and
So
it makes that's when people get angry at the church and never want to be involved
Yeah.
with church Because a lot of women have been hurt from church men because they're
Mm.
putting God in it. And then you see this man laying hands on people, feeling the Holy Spirit. And you're like, how can you feel the
Mm.
Holy Spirit from this man? And he just dogged me, cheated on me, lied. He has a whole wife over here. This is what you're saying. So then it
Yes.
makes you feel like, are these people really? What is this, the Holy Spirit? Because I don't want to deal with nothing that got to do with God's people if this is what's going on. And it
Right.
turns you off when you deal with these relationships in
Yeah.
church that put God in it.
Yeah.
Under the guise of God. Yeah, that's true.
Yes.
Some
Yes,
people won't even come back to church. They don't want
That's true.
to do a church at all
at
because
all.
of those experiences. Yeah,
Mhm.
right.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
That's why I'm thankful that my relationship was with God. Because if it wasn't, I wouldn't be in church today.
Mm.
Oh my gosh. I tell you, it's something whether he's a bad boy in the church, bad boy out of church, a bad boy's a bad boy.
Period.
And stay far away from him as you possibly can. When you see the signs, run.
Yes.
Run.
Because everybody has not been converted.
That's it. That's
You've got the masks
Yes.
on
yeah.
and all of that stuff. So,
Yeah, the
all
wolf
right,
in sheep.
ladies, go ahead.
I was saying the wolf in sheep clothing.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Wolf, wolf, wolf.
All right. Did she say whoop? Woof,
Mhm.
woof.
Woof, woof.
All right, everybody, we're going to do 1 minute. Everybody just give a quick closing on this topic. Just give us your 1 minute take on this whole thing on the bad boy. Starting with Linda.
Just be aware. Just be aware. Pray and ask for discernment. And
Mm-hmm.
those red flags, don't ignore them. Don't ignore them. Know who you are and
Mhm,
wait for God to bring you someone.
mhm.
Amen. How about you, Pamela?
I think too, know yourself, know your vulnerabilities.
Yes.
Mm.
Know if you're a lonely person, know that, and,
Yes.
and and don't just go for just anything. Don't just go for the bad boy.
Yes.
Zipporah?
I would say go with your gut.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Go with your gut. If it doesn't feel right, it is not right. Do not allow your flesh to take over you, because I know sometimes, girl, they
Yes.
look good and they whisper sweet things in your ear. But this
Ooh.
Nothing.
is a sign right here. This is a sign right here, okay? We are trying to tell you right now. Listen to our voice. Don't text back. Don't call him
Right.
back. Don't email him back. Let him go if you dealing with a bad boy. Right now, let him go.
Mhm.
All
Block
right.
him. Block
So
him.
it sounds like we're supposed to ghost him, right?
Yes.
Let him go.
Let him
All
go.
right. Well, this wraps up our session for the bad boys. Thank you for listening and tuning in. Have a blessed night.
Hey.